Hello everyone, Laura here from Fit and Sexy Bodies Online Coaching. One of my clients asked me the other day to do a video post on full body workouts, mainly because she knows how I feel about full body workouts. So the way I train people is to help them develop as much muscle as possible, or as much as they would like to have. So doing that and trying to do full body is not going to work. Okay, if you have already gotten to be where you want to be with your fitness goals, you don't need to change anything. I suppose you can do a full body workout a couple times a week, and you might be good. I don't know. I've never tried that. I've just watched others do it, and it has not seemed to pan out the way that they think it's going to. So a few disadvantages, actually there's several disadvantages of doing a full body workout. So you have like limited volume per muscle group. So you can only do so many sets per muscle group. So many sets, like in one session. So it becomes too long of a training session. So if you're trying to do, an exercise for each muscle group, and you're trying to do 4 sets for each, or 3 sets for each. So then you got chest, you got back, you got arms, you got shoulders, you got quads, you got hamstring, you got glutes, and you got calves. That's a lot of time in the gym, okay? Even if you're just doing it a couple times a week, okay? It still becomes too much time in the gym. And then trying to eat enough to support that work is even harder to do, because you really have to eat a tremendous amount in order to support that kind of a workout. And most of you people are not going to do it. Lower mind muscle connection. That's another one. Most people don't even think about that one. Hitting too many muscle groups in one workout can spread your focus pretty thin. So, you might not get as deep into the contraction or a pump. So mind muscle connection is huge. Anybody can just move the weight. Move it. Okay, so what? And some people can move a lot of heavy weight. But if you don't have that mind muscle connection when you do it, you're not getting as much out of it. Are you getting a good pump when you train? Do you feel the muscle work when you train it? All those things, factor in when you're training, when you're doing a full body workout, because you can't really spend enough time on any one area to get a good pump in your muscles, because you've got to go on to the next and go on to the next. So the mind muscle connection is a huge part. And then it takes a lot longer to recover between muscle stimulation. So if you're training full body, let's say 3 times a week, a specific muscle might take 48 to 72 hours, which is typically 72 hours for legs and back, 48 for the rest of your muscle groups. So that's a lot of maintenance, especially for beginners. If you're trying to decide whether you want to do this, beginners, it's really, really not smart. So you've also got fatigue, that accumulates fast when you start doing a full body workout. If you're working every major muscle group in one session, it's going to drain you quick. So it's going to make you low on energy. It's going to lead to poor performance, especially as you get longer and longer into your workout. So you start out pretty good, and keep going. You're going to fatigue pretty freaking fast. So by the time you get to your last couple of muscles, what have you got left? You're not going to have a whole lot of energy or motivation to keep putting that same kind of energy into the last couple of muscles that you're training. It's harder to progressively overload a muscle as well. So progressive overload is where you're starting. Let's say you got 4 sets. You start out with 12, 10, 8, 6 reps. So you're getting heavier and heavier with each set. So you're doing 12 reps. Okay, the weight's, light to medium. The next one, you want to do 10 reps. So the weight gets a little heavier and a little heavier. The sets gets a little harder to do. So that's another big one. You want to make sure that you just want to make sure that you're working all the muscles properly. And with that comes like an ideal type of training session. So at minimum, I recommend 4 days. Okay, if you're just starting out, you don't need 4 or 5 days. You need about 2 or 3, just to get the body acclimated to the moves, get your body used to the weight and the pressure and time on your muscles. So in the beginning, it's no big deal. But if you've already been into the gym and you're established, 4 is, I think, the least amount if you're wanting to add size or a lot of muscle. So with all that being said, you have to eat to support all this, training that you're doing. So if you're not eating enough, say you do legs, so which includes hamstrings and quads, and sometimes people put glutes in there as well. Sometimes they do those separately. Let's say you do all 3. That's an exhausting hour if you spend an hour in there. It shouldn't take you any longer than an hour and 15 minutes if you include all 3. So your body is like completely drained. It needs fuel to repair itself. It needs food. Okay, so as soon as you're done working out, grab something quick, some simple sugars, and some protein. So that simple sugar with the protein, that acts kind of like a catalyst to get the protein into the muscle. So simple sugars with your protein, wait, 45 minutes to an hour, then have a meal. Now, I could keep going on and on and on about this all day because I love it. But you kind of get the idea that I'm not big on full body anything. So if those of you who have questions, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer them. For those of you who wanted to, argue about it, dispute about it, that's fine too. I like to argue. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day.